Hello class, Dr. Duncan here. Welcome to CJC 212, our ethics class. Coming on just to put a face behind the person, behind the computer. If you're in my other classes, you received your video yesterday. This class is receiving the video today. Have a different hat. So it's the summertime, so the attire is definitely different than what you would see during the school year, but I pop in my office periodically to do video chats, have meetings with students and whatnot. So a couple of things. If you need to contact me, the best way to contact me is via email, as I check that very frequently. I stop by the office maybe a couple times a week, but nothing on a consistent basis unless I have an appointment scheduled. So if you leave a voicemail, I may not get it for a couple days. Every once in a while I'll check the voicemail from home, but email is definitely the best way to contact me. So if any questions, concerns come up, send me an email. If you have not received, I usually respond within 24 hours. 48 hours the max. I mean, that's if something's happened. But if you have not heard from me after a day or 2 days, definitely re-forward that email or say I'm just, checking. I didn't get a response, because it's not like me not to respond. Even if you send a statement, I usually respond back okay or got it or something. So make sure you receive that from me. All right, so a little bit about this class. Ethics, it's a core class, so it's a little work. I know it's the summer, it's a little work. We are going to try to modify some things to lighten the burden a little. Looking at Module 1. So Module 1 is open. It's open June 5th until June 12th. Please note, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. on the close date is when all modules are due. So at 8 a.m. on the 12th, you need to have the work submitted. I'm starting to grade within the next few hours. I typically grade all your assignments within that week. I am teaching four classes, and also I am the work-based faculty coordinator for the Criminal Justice Department, so I'm also out doing on-site visits, not like this, but on-site visit for our students. I typically try to come on and do a video chat, a Blackboard Collaborate, which is, you can access that through your phone, through your tablet, through Blackboard. That's all you need to do the Blackboard Collaborate, and I'll set up a time, and that's when we can actually come on, let's say 5 p.m., and we can converse together. If you have a video, we can chat, or you can IM. I try to do the video to bring some personality to the class, making it a little bit more personal, because a lot of times with online classes it becomes very mundane, right? You do this post, respond, do this post, respond, do this, so I try to bring in videos, or if I'm somewhere I may record a video, something that I think is applicable to the class, like a live video, and then upload that to the class. Different things to try to get you engaged with the class. So first thing, 8 a.m. you need to have everything done, so you want to make sure you have all of that submitted. When you go into the modules, I'm looking at Module 1 as I go through, you have your PowerPoint, your lecture notes, your discussion board. Please note, your discussion board, you have A and B. It's not or. A and B. So you need to answer Part A as well as Part B. So for example, for this current module, you have the Stanford Prison Experiment. You're going to watch that little video, and then Part A is what did moral ethical issues, let's take out that did. What moral and ethical issues did you observe? Explain the issue. That's Part A. Part B is then you're going to rank that following those assignments. Then you have your quiz from that chapter. You have 2 attempts that you may take your quiz. Again, just because you have 2 attempts, it does not mean you're going to get the same exact answers, but you'll probably see some of, questions, but you'll see some of them. And then you have a writing assignment. Your writing assignment is just 1 to 2 paragraphs, and it's just really what you're doing is actually explaining the difference between morals, ethics, values, and giving a example of each in your scenario. So the key to make sure you maximize the points there is to make sure you give an example for each. Oftentimes people do not give an example for each. You kind of cluster it together. You need to identify. So in your scenario, you can write out your scenario, and then you need to say the moral issue will be, or the moral or the ethic thing is whatnot. I'm fixing this. What did moral? If you find things like that throughout, send me an email, because you probably will find a lot, like a typo in there, or if you see a word that's not supposed to be there, just shoot me an email exactly where it is so I can go in and fix it to help the next person. And I see here, for some reason, the discussion board assignment is posted twice. So some of you know by now that we had my Blackboard upgrade, transition, migration, which has posed some issues. If you are experiencing issues, you need to make sure you contact me immediately via email. And some things are not open, and so if you're going an assignment, for example, and under the course outline, if it says you're going to have a quiz, a writing assignment, and something else, and you're like, I do not see the quiz or the writing assignment, shoot me an email. It may not be visible for one reason or another. Second thing, so yes, this class goes all the way to the end of the summer. Some of you were like, oh, I only see up until July 10th. Do not worry, I just did not open the last module, module 8. But I will open that module for you, chapters 13 and 14. We will cover that. Additionally, in this class, and this is where I need your feedback. So if you actually are watching the video and you're to this point, kudos. If you took time to watch the video in its entirety, I need your input. Typically in this class, we have a final presentation, and this is like the culmination, if you want to say, of the class. You bringing everything together for the class. And online, I do a group project or a paper. This summer, to try to lighten it, I'm thinking about having you just do a video, kind of like what I'm doing. Just do a video and send that to me. I want to know your input on that. I'll send the rubric, usually what it is, and it's usually you're taking an ethical issue. You have to support and oppose it using the ethical system. None of this really makes sense yet until we get into it. But using the ethical system, supporting and opposing the ethical issue, you have to do the research, statistics, and everything behind that. And if you're usually in a group and you do a PowerPoint and upload it. What I'm thinking about doing this summer to make it, like I said, to lighten the burden, is you doing your research, but then just doing a video like this and sending in your video independently, no group project, a synopsis of it. So give me your feedback on that if you think that's a little easier than actually doing a PowerPoint. I know it's easier than a paper, but then doing a PowerPoint and a group presentation with that. Something I'm playing with, so let me know. But you'll see the rubric can still pretty much be the same with that. Now some may say I don't have a camera or phone. If you have a phone, just video yourself on a phone and upload it to me. I'm trying to think any other questions that came about. I think everything should be updated there. You're free to work ahead as far as you would like. When I do my video chats, I think I told you before in my other classes, I told you I'm not going to give you this perfect polished video. Right now you may hear someone talking, the phone may come. Just go with the flow. You get what you get. I'll probably come on a little bit later this week or next week, and we'll go over moral ethics, values, the difference between that, and then we'll move on to chapter 2, which is determining morals, determining moral behavior. This class, we will hit on some sensitive topics. We will talk about things, and we're not going to agree, and it's not to change your morals or what you believe. But the only thing I ask is everyone remains respectful as we move forth, because we're going to talk about things. All the things that you probably don't want to talk about, we're going to talk about. Racial profiling, same-sex marriage, immigration. We're going to talk about different things like that. Affirmative action, all of these different things. But just be respectful. Now, I understand that sometimes with non-verbal communication, one can say something and it may be interpreted one way or not. So let's just be cognizant of that as well when we're texting or not texting, when we're discussing on discussion board. So make sure with your discussion board that you respond to your classmates to get maximum points, and make sure that you're actually answering the questions in that. I think that's pretty much it to sum it up. If you have questions or concerns, feel free to shoot me an email. We can set up an appointment. I'm always willing to come into my office, or we can set up a video chat or just a phone conference. You shoot me your cell phone number, I'll give you a call and we can chat. All right, guys. Well, I'll be back soon. Not soon. Maybe like the end of the week. Have fun.